If I could sit down with myself on the day I decided to go freelance, the night before I handed in my resignation, full of excitement and absolutely no financial plan, here is exactly what I would say. These are not regrets, they are lessons, and every single one of them is worth more than anything I learned in the first 3 years of figuring it out the hard way. Welcome to Freelancer Retirement Lab, financial education built specifically for the self-employed. Subscribe now for new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Lesson 1. Your income is not your salary. The first thing I wish someone had told me, your freelance income is not the same as a salary of the same number. When you earn $80,000 as an employee, your employer handles payroll taxes, contributes to your benefits, and handles retirement matching. Your take-home is structured, predictable. When you earn $80,000 as a freelancer, you owe the full 15.3% self-employment tax that employees split with their employer. You owe federal income tax. You pay for your own health insurance. You fund your own retirement. You handle your own accounting. The real equivalent of an $80,000 freelance income, after accounting for all these costs, is closer to a $55,000 to $60,000 salary in terms of what lands in your pocket. This is not a reason not to freelance. Freelancing can be extraordinarily financially powerful. But understanding the true economics of your income from day one changes everything about how you manage it. I wish I had known this before I priced my first project. Lesson 2. The tax bill will always surprise you until you plan for it. The first April after going freelance, I owed $11,1400 in taxes. I had $3,200 in savings. I had to borrow money from family to cover it. It was one of the most humiliating experiences of my professional life, not because I had failed as a freelancer, but because I had completely failed to plan for something entirely predictable. Self-employment tax does not get withheld from your payments. Nobody takes it before it reaches you. It is entirely your responsibility to set it aside. The IRS requires quarterly estimated tax payments due in April, June, September, and January. Missing these triggers penalties on top of the tax you already owe. The fix is simple, and I cannot believe it took me so long to implement it. Every payment I receive, the same day it arrives, I transfer 20% to a separate savings account I call tax reserve. It earns interest there at 4.5% APY. It is never touched for anything except quarterly tax payments. I have not had a tax bill surprise in 3 years, not once, because the money was always already there. Lesson 3. Health insurance is your biggest overlooked expense. This one blindsided me completely. When I was employed, health insurance cost me about $180 per month through my employer's plan. I barely thought about it. As a freelancer, my first individual health insurance plan cost $420 per month for basic coverage with a $4,000 deductible. That is an extra $2,880 per year, $288,000 over a 100-year working life, that my freelance pricing had to absorb from day one. Here is what I wish I had known. As a self-employed person, you can deduct 100% of your health insurance premiums from your taxable income. That $420 per month, $5,040 per year, reduces your adjusted gross income dollar for dollar. At a 22% tax bracket, that deduction saves you $1,180 per year. The government is covering roughly 22% of your health insurance cost automatically, but only if you know about the deduction and claim it. When you price your freelance work, build health insurance into your rate calculations from day one. It is not an optional expense. It is a fixed cost of operating as your own employer. Lesson 4. Inconsistent income is a feature, not a bug, if you build the right system. For the first 2 years, I treated variable income as a problem to be solved, something to apologize for, a reason I could not properly budget or save. It took me longer than I would like to admit to realize that variable income is not a freelancer's weakness. Managed correctly, it is one of your greatest financial strengths. Here is why. Employees earn a fixed salary. Their upside is capped at whatever raise they can negotiate once a year. Their wealth building is linear. As a freelancer, your income is uncapped. A single new client, a rate increase, a new skill. Any of these can increase your income by 20, 30, or 50% without waiting for anyone's permission. The problem is not the variability. The problem is having no system to capture the upside when the good months come. The income allocation system that changed everything for me is the 20 and 30 and 50 rule. 20% of every payment goes to taxes immediately, non-negotiable. 30% goes to wealth building, retirement accounts, emergency fund, investments. 50% covers all living expenses and business costs. When income drops, all three buckets scale down proportionally. When income surges, wealth building surges too. The system is self-regulating. Variable income with a system is more powerful than a salary. Variable income without a system is financial quicksand. Lesson 5. Your retirement is entirely your responsibility and your opportunity. Nobody is saving for your retirement. Not a company, not HR, not a pension fund. That realization hit me about 6 months into freelancing. It was terrifying at first, but then I started to understand what it actually meant. As a freelancer, the retirement accounts available to me are dramatically more powerful than anything available to most employees. A solo 401k in 296 allows me to contribute up to $72,000 per year, almost 3 times the $23,500 limit for a standard employee 401k. Every dollar I contribute reduces my taxable income. In the 22% bracket, each $1,000 I save in my solo 401k costs me just $630 out of pocket after the tax saving. The IRS funds the other $370. The employee who earns $80,000 can shelter a maximum of $23,500 per year from taxes through their 401k. The freelancer who earns $80,000 can shelter up to $32,000 per year through a solo 401k. The freelancer has the better retirement account by a significant margin. Most freelancers just never use it. I wish I had opened mine on day 1 of going freelance. The years I waited were the most expensive years of my career. Lesson 6. Price your work to fund your entire financial life, not just your bills. This is the lesson that changed my business more than any other. For the first 2 years, I priced my freelance work based on what I needed to cover my monthly expenses plus a modest margin. I was essentially calculating, what do I need to pay rent, eat, and not stress? What I was not calculating, self-employment tax, health insurance, retirement contributions, emergency fund building, equipment replacement, professional development, and the true cost of unpaid administrative time. When I finally built a proper freelance rate that included all of these, I needed to increase my rates by approximately 40% to actually be financially sustainable. Here is the formula I use now for setting a minimum viable rate. Take your target annual take-home income, add 25% for taxes, add your annual health insurance cost, add your target annual retirement contribution, add your annual business expenses, divide by your billable hours for the year. That is your true minimum hourly rate. Anything below that number and you are running your freelance business at a financial loss, regardless of how busy you are. The most common reason freelancers feel financially stressed despite working hard is not that they earn too little. It is that they price too low. The one thing that would have changed everything, if I could go back to that night before I handed in my resignation and give myself one single piece of advice, just one, it would not be about tax strategy or retirement accounts or investment vehicles. It would be this: build the financial infrastructure before you need it. Not when you have a slow month, not when tax season arrives, not when you eventually get around to retirement planning. When you have the headspace, the stability, and the clarity to make good decisions instead of reactive ones. The tax reserve account, the emergency fund, the solo 401k, the rate formula. These are not complicated things. Any freelancer can set all of them up in a single focused afternoon. But in the rush and excitement of going freelance, and I know this from experience, The financial infrastructure is always the last thing you think about, until it becomes the most urgent thing you think about. Let's talk about your action plan. Here is what to do after this video if you are at any stage of the freelance journey. If you have not gone freelance yet, build the financial infrastructure before your last day of employment. Open a business checking account. Research solo 401k options. Calculate your true minimum rate. Set up the 20 to 30 can 50 split before you receive your first payment. If you went freelance recently and recognize some of these lessons, pick the most urgent one and fix it this week. Just one. Tax reserve account if you have not built one. Emergency fund target if you do not have one. Solo 401k application if you have been delaying it. If you have been freelancing for years and some of these lessons ring true, run the numbers. Calculate exactly what the absence of a retirement account has cost you in missed tax deductions and compounding. Then open the account today and start from wherever you are. There is no point in the freelance journey where it is too late to build the right system. The lessons in this video are not theory. They are the product of some genuinely expensive real-world experience. If this video would have helped you when you first went freelance, or if it is helping you right now, the most valuable thing you can do is share it with someone who is about to go freelance or who is struggling with the financial side of being self-employed. Drop a comment below with the one lesson that resonated most. I read everything. Subscribe to Freelancer Retirement Lab. We publish every Tuesday and Thursday, all of it built specifically for the financial realities of self-employed life. See you at the next video.